Researchers who take Bigfoot seriously don't take every alleged Bigfoot video seriously. In fact, they're often the first to call foul on the fakers. So when they tell us they've seen video they think is legit, we take a look too.
Each year, hundreds of Bigfoot sightings are reported across the country. Some individuals dedicate their entire lives to uncovering the truth about this elusive creature. While there's no definitive evidence proving Bigfoot's existence, whenever a new clue emerges, you can count on us to investigate. The team believed that tracking Bigfoot would lead to groundbreaking discoveries, but the pursuit became their gravest error. Here's what unfolded when they ventured too far and came face to face with a giant. It began with an eerie sound that echoed through the woods, leaving no doubt. Bigfoot is more than just folklore. This being is real, and its presence is far more menacing than anyone could have imagined. As the team of explorers pushed deeper into the forest, they realized they had entered forbidden ground. They were on the trail of a creature that had long been feared, but never conclusively proven to exist. But what if, on this journey, they encountered the very thing they sought? For those who enjoy solitary walks in the woods, this story might make you think twice. While many dismiss Bigfoot as a mere myth, there remain unexplained mysteries, giant footprints, peculiar sightings, and an unsettling sense of being observed.
Evidence collected by Paul Freeman and his network of researchers in the Blue Mountains has been closely examined by more PhDs and anthropologists than any other data set in all Bigfoot history.
Some campers have even woken up to find massive tracks encircling their tents, feeding their worst fears. Could it be a bear? Maybe not. Take a look at this, what appears to be a handprint. Encountering the giant. In August 2019, Doug Teague from Hickory, North Carolina, ventured into the woods near his home to check his trail cameras. Accompanied by his dog, Crazy Daisy, what began as a typical day quickly spiraled into a troubling experience. The forest was unusually silent, amplifying the tension, when an odd, rhythmic knocking sound resonated through the trees. It didn't seem natural. It felt intentional, as if something was deliberately trying to catch Doug's attention. Then he saw it. Towering, covered in matted fur and leaning against the trees, the figure was unlike anything Doug had ever encountered. Its broad shoulders and powerful frame exuded an intimidating presence. Doug's heart raced. This wasn't a bear or any familiar animal from North Carolina's wilderness. This was something entirely different, something straight out of a nightmare.
He's moving. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
As Doug tried to make sense of what he was witnessing, the creature moved. It turned, revealing its imposing build, and began hurling rocks in Doug's direction.
Like a giddy school kid. Just nervous, heart beating, it was crazy.
The stones landed near him, as if to warn him to retreat. Fear gripped Doug, but he couldn't bring himself to stop filming. With his camera rolling, he documented every chilling moment of the encounter. The message was clear. He wasn't welcome there. Days later, Doug returned to the same spot where he had come face to face with the creature, only to find something even more shocking. Massive footprints, bigger than anything he'd ever seen, pressed deep into the earth, as if a giant had walked through. Some of the prints were nearly twice the size of a human's. Knowing he had come upon something extraordinary, Doug made casts of the footprints, preserving them as evidence. And the more Doug looked at the prints, the more he realized this creature wasn't just any Bigfoot. Local experts began to speculate that this might be the eastern Bigfoot, a variation of the creature known to roam these woods, a creature with its entire face cloaked in fur. One historian even dared to claim it could be up to 15 feet tall, a staggering height that made Doug's encounter all the more chilling.
This is one of the casts that he has, and it is extremely believable. The toes are all fairly even at the top. Those are clearly footprints. They clearly look to be 15 or so inches long. I can see the toes clearly. I can see the heel clearly. I think they're beautiful evidence.
But not everyone was convinced. Skeptics rolled their eyes, dismissing the prints as environmental tricks or mere illusions. It's just shadows, they scoffed. Or maybe it's a bear that Doug just misidentified. But others, those who had seen the video footage, couldn't ignore the truth. Doug's camera had captured something beyond belief, something that defied logic and explanation. They could see the fear in Doug's eyes, the urgency in his voice. And that kind of terror? It's hard to fake. The question remains, did Doug really encounter Bigfoot that day? Or was it something else, something even more dangerous lurking in the shadows of North Carolina? As the evidence mounts and the skeptics grow quieter, one thing is certain. Following Bigfoot was a mistake. And for those brave enough to venture into its territory, there's no telling what might happen next. Imagine standing in the heart of the wilderness, heart pounding, as shadows play tricks on your eyes. But what if it's not just a shadow? What if it's something watching, waiting, hiding just beyond reach? The story only gets stranger. Doug Teague, a school kid's giddy fear. Doug Teague's encounter in North Carolina was like a thrill straight out of a horror movie. Describing himself as feeling like a giddy school kid, Teague recounted a mixture of fear and excitement upon seeing what he believed to be Bigfoot. Heart racing and nerves firing, he managed to capture footage that quickly sparked a heated debate.
It was very black with a pretty silver sheen to it.
For believers, his encounter represented the closest they'd come to concrete proof. For skeptics, however, the sighting was simply another optical illusion or case of mistaken identity. Yet, despite the debate, Teague's encounter was only the beginning. A year later, in 2020, another explorer witnessed something similarly unsettling in California's San Gabriel wilderness. During a peaceful hike, they saw a massive figure, possibly 10 to 15 feet tall, standing still between the trees, almost as if it was observing them back. The footage they captured, though shaky, appeared convincing and sparked further rumors about Bigfoot's presence in unexpected places. Just 2 years prior, in 2018, another hiker in the nearby San Bernardino Mountains saw what she believed was a Sasquatch as well, confirming in her mind that she had come face to face with the creature. Everest's frozen secret, the legendary footprint. But Bigfoot lore isn't confined to modern times. In 1951, high on the slopes of Mount Everest, explorer Eric Shipton made a discovery that would go down in legend. At an altitude of 19,000 feet, where even the hardiest animals rarely venture, Shipton spotted a single massive footprint pressed into the snow. Measuring 13 inches long, the print resembled that of a giant primate, an anomaly on the icy peaks. Understanding the potential significance, Shipton photographed the print with his ice axe beside it for scale, capturing an image that would ignite global debate over the existence of the legendary Yeti. The photograph sparked a worldwide fascination, with some seeing it as undeniable evidence of the Yeti, while others dismissed it as an unusual geological formation or a hoax. Driven by curiosity, Shipton followed the tracks deeper into the ice, hoping to find more clues, but the tracks vanished as mysteriously as they appeared. Shipton's encounter left only one piece of evidence, a haunting photo that still captivates imaginations, a reminder that something extraordinary may be lurking in the highest, most inaccessible places on Earth.
Animal seems to be a fully functional quadruped walking routinely on its hind legs, and bears only walk short distances on their hind legs. This also seems to have a much flatter face than a bear, which has a much more pointed snout. So I don't think that is a bear.
Years later, in 2015, a similarly strange footprint was discovered, this time in the forests of northern Illinois. A man searching for mushrooms found a footprint roughly 12 inches wide, with a portion seemingly bitten out, heightening the mystery. Documenting his find online, the man's discovery reignited the debate as skeptics questioned its authenticity, while believers saw it as further proof of Bigfoot's existence. These sightings, spanning continents and decades, keep the legend alive and beg the question: could Bigfoot truly exist, silently watching from the remote corners of the Earth? The debate around Bigfoot footprints has become a global phenomenon, sparking curiosity and fueling skepticism alike. The History Channel further fanned the flames by showcasing casts of footprints from various regions, with some experts claiming these prints provide credible evidence of Bigfoot. Notably, these casts displayed a unique feature, a flexible midfoot, similar to a hinge, which is rare in humans but found in some primates. This detail added weight to the belief in Bigfoot's existence, paralleling Shipton's findings on Everest and challenging skeptics who attribute such prints to environmental factors or hoaxes. The Siberian Encounter, an icy standoff. The dense, snow-laden forests of southern Siberia are as mysterious as they are frigid, their icy silence concealing tales that rival the biting winds in their chill. In 2013, 3 Russian students set off on what they thought would be a typical adventure into these isolated woods. Little did they know, they were venturing into the unknown. As they wandered further into the wilderness, the atmosphere grew tense, with an unsettling stillness that seemed to deepen with every step. It was then that they noticed something extraordinary, a towering, shadowy figure weaving its way between the trees.
A tall, dark, hairy figure.
At first, it seemed to be watching them from afar, its movements deliberate and unnervingly human-like. Despite having only their mobile phones as tools, the students attempted to document what they were witnessing. Slowly, they edged closer to the figure, closing the gap to just 50 feet. The tension was palpable as they tried to capture clearer footage, but just as suddenly as it had appeared, the figure melted into the dense forest, leaving no trace but for a set of massive footprints pressed into the snow. When the blurry images and shaky footage emerged, many speculated that the students had encountered the Yeti, often referred to as Asia's counterpart to Bigfoot. But skeptics and believers alike pondered whether it could have been something even more mysterious, something that defied the limits of science and understanding. For the students, the encounter was not just frightening but transformative. They couldn't shake the feeling that they had come face to face with a relic of a forgotten age, a being that existed on the edges of both time and reality. From the towering peaks of Everest to the frozen forests of Siberia, sightings like these add to a global puzzle, a jigsaw of cryptic encounters suggesting a creature that is both a product of nature and something far beyond it. The Cannock Chase phenomenon, England's chilling mystery. Since 2019, the dark, shadowy woods of Cannock Chase in England have become the focal point of a new wave of strange and chilling sightings. Mysterious clues have surfaced, pointing to the presence of an unknown and potentially dangerous creature. Among these clues are deep, jagged scratches in the bark of trees, massive footprints scattered across the forest floor, and unsettling sounds that seem to echo through the trees without a discernible source.
Look, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's moving. The tree is not going to move like that. That is an animal.
One of the most unnerving incidents was investigated by Lee Brickley, a noted Bigfoot enthusiast and researcher. Brickley ventured into Cannock Chase after hearing rumors of these ominous signs. What he found was more disturbing than he had anticipated. He discovered a deer carcass ripped apart with unnatural force, its wounds bearing marks that seemed too large and too precise for any known predator in the region. Nearby, oversized footprints pressed into the earth and long, claw-like marks on tree trunks hinted at a creature far beyond the realm of ordinary wildlife. Brickley's findings added a layer of credibility to the unsettling reports, leaving many to wonder what kind of beast could be lurking in Cannock Chase. Cannock Chase is far from an isolated phenomenon. Similar sightings have been reported in remote regions around the globe, from the desolate expanses of the Siberian wilderness to the dense, misty forests of the Pacific Northwest. Witnesses often describe shadowy figures, unusual tracks, or faint, unexplainable noises that leave even seasoned hikers unnerved. For some, these encounters are tantalizing evidence of hidden creatures that have managed to evade human detection for centuries. For others, they remain the stuff of legend, their explanations rooted in misinterpretation or overactive imaginations. Yet, the consistency of these reports across such disparate locations, whether it's Siberia, England, or the Americas, suggests there may be more to these stories than mere folklore.
In Florida, they have something called the skunk ape, and there's been a lot of sightings over many years of what they describe as a Bigfoot type of creature. What they call that is the skunk ape, partly because it smells skunky.
Skeptics argue that sightings like these are coincidences or misidentified animals. But for those who have experienced these eerie moments firsthand, the evidence feels undeniable. The scratched trees, torn prey, and massive footprints paint a picture of something lurking in the world's wild corners, something that has stayed hidden but is always present. These encounters force us to consider the possibility of creatures that walk the thin line between myth and reality, beings that remain as mysterious as the forests they call home. The viral photo that stirred the internet. Bigfoot sightings have taken on new life in the digital age, with one blurry wildlife camera photo from North Carolina setting the internet ablaze. Captured deep in the woods, the image showed a large, muscular figure that didn't resemble any known animal. The internet erupted with debate, with some believing it was Bigfoot and others proposing it was the mythical Dogman. Experts tried to enhance the image for clarity, but the creature's features remained ambiguous, further intensifying speculation. While the North Carolina photo stirred controversy, a similar sighting in Michigan in 2021 captured a massive, human-like figure crossing a river. A kayaker managed to film the creature's deliberate movements, sparking excitement among Bigfoot believers who saw it as proof. However, skeptics quickly labeled it as a person in costume or an animal seen from an odd angle. Despite the blurry footage, believers and skeptics alike found themselves captivated, blurring the line between myth and reality. Each new sighting, whether clear or grainy, fuels the ongoing mystery of these elusive forest creatures.
In excess of 6.5, 7 feet in height perhaps, and quite bulky. It appears very substantial. That is, the arms and the legs are not spindly, they appear to be thick and muscular.
In a quiet UK forest, a man named Woods had an unsettling encounter that defied explanation. Seeking solitude, Woods built a small shelter, but one day returned to find it destroyed. Thinking it was either local kids or a wild animal, he reviewed his security footage, only to see a large, shadowy figure tearing through his shelter with unsettling ease. The creature moved swiftly, too big and strong to be anything Woods could identify. This encounter left him with more questions, as he wondered whether this was another piece of the Bigfoot puzzle or something altogether different. Sightings of mysterious forest creatures continue to blur the line between fear and fascination. From destroyed shelters to shadowy figures crossing rivers, each encounter brings us closer to a potential revelation. But every time we get close, the creature seems to vanish, leaving only faint traces, blurry photos, broken branches, or scattered footprints. It's as if these creatures, whether Bigfoot, Dogman, or another cryptid, are toying with us, staying hidden just out of reach. The allure of Bigfoot endures, fueled by an endless stream of sightings and evidence. For some, these encounters offer clues to a hidden world beyond our understanding. While the scientific community remains hesitant to validate these creatures, the mounting evidence is hard to ignore. Every strange noise, photo, and sighting keeps the mystery alive, hinting at creatures that might be hiding in the depths of the world's wildest places. This global mystery continues to elude us, and as we chase these shadows, we're left wondering if we'll ever truly understand what lies in the dark.
This area of the country has a ton of Bigfoot reports out of it, dating back into the 1800s. I have personally spoken to a dozen or two people that have seen Sasquatches in this area.
The mystery grows, blurry photos and strange shadows. Reports of Bigfoot sightings continue to surge globally, intensifying the fascination surrounding the creature. A seasoned hunter managed to film a massive monkey-like creature in the woods. Experts analyzed the footage and found no signs of tampering, which only fueled debate. Could these encounters be further evidence of Bigfoot or a different, unknown creature entirely? The sightings don't stop with Woods or the hunter. In 2021, NVTV released a high-quality video from Idaho's forests, showing what appeared to be Bigfoot. This image, unusually detailed for cryptid footage, sparked debates among both believers and skeptics, fueling hopes of finally capturing undeniable evidence. Following this, on February 12, 2022, another video titled Bigfoot Night Camera showed a large figure swaying in the dark, filmed by YouTube user Mr. Man. The creature's size and powerful build captured the attention of viewers, with many struggling to dismiss it as a hoax. Unlike typical blurry Bigfoot videos, these encounters seemed more credible, adding to the mystery. These sightings reignite a fascination that dates back to 1967, when Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin filmed what is considered the first Bigfoot footage near Bluff Creek, California. Known as Patty, the large creature's unique stride and brief look back at the camera remain iconic. Further back, in 1924, a group of miners on Mount St. Helens claimed they were attacked by ape men, a chilling tale known as the Battle of Ape Canyon. These legendary encounters, combined with modern sightings, keep the mystery of Bigfoot alive and offer glimpses into a mystery that continues to captivate people worldwide. Bigfoot's enduring mystery. Over the years, from blurry photos to eerie videos and personal encounters, the evidence for Bigfoot has grown, even if definitive proof remains elusive. People like Woods, the Michigan kayaker, and the Idaho filmmakers have all added their own pieces to the puzzle, creating a tapestry of sightings that span decades and continents. With each sighting, the line between myth and reality blurs just a little more. So, what's the truth? Is Bigfoot a myth, an ancient creature that defies modern understanding, or simply a product of our imaginations? For believers, each piece of evidence is a step closer to uncovering a world just beyond our grasp. For skeptics, it's a reminder of the power of legends to capture our hearts and minds. In the end, Bigfoot remains one of the world's greatest mysteries, a creature that captivates our curiosity, our fears, and our sense of wonder. Whether it's a true creature lurking in the dark forests or a figment of our collective imagination, Bigfoot invites us to explore the unknown. So the next time you find yourself alone in the woods, remember the stories, the sightings, the shadows in the trees, and ask yourself, is there something out there, just beyond our reach, watching from the darkness? The hunt for Bigfoot may never end, but perhaps that's exactly how it's meant to be.